Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for coming. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What country are you from?
Albania.
Tell me about Albania.
Well, Albania is a small country in the southeastern Europe. It is in the border with Greece and ex-Yugoslavia, Macedonia, Serbia, and across the sea from Italy.
How long have you been in Canada?
I've been in Canada for 6 years now.
What do you do here in Canada?
I do administration and I also do counseling.
What do you do during week?
You mean at work? I come to work at 9 o'clock. I do my job. After I finish my job at 5 o'clock, I go home. And this continues from Monday to Friday. And then on the weekend, I spend time with my family, my husband. And I also have a cousin. Sometimes I go and see her and other friends and relatives.
Tell me about something that you did last week. Please describe it as much details as possible.
Well, last week I didn't do anything extraordinary, but me and my husband went and had dinner with friends of ours that live in Toronto. They have 2 little girls, so it was the little girl's birthday, one of their children's birthdays, so we went and celebrated a little bit, and then we had dinner, and after dinner we went home. But it was a nice atmosphere, and we really enjoyed ourselves.
Could you describe this celebration that you had, the birthday celebration? How do you celebrate birthday?
Well, it was a kid celebration. There were little children, but this little girl, she's only 1 year old, so it was not too many, kids, just because it was. She has a older sister which is 10 years old, but there were not other children of her age, so they were like older children. They brought balloons, and the party didn't last for very long, just because she's a little baby. She's 1 year old, but yeah, there was lots of cookies and candles, and there was presents as well for the little baby. It was about 2 hours, and that's it.
What do you think about Canadian weather?
Well, what do I think about Canadian weather? Well, I think it's a cold weather in comparison with where I came from. It's much colder, but we do have the 4 seasons, and here in Canada, although winter is longer than, sometimes you don't see the 4 seasons, you mostly see 2 seasons, because winter is very long. Still, we do have winter, and I was kind of prepared for this kind of weather, but still, I think the winter is colder and longer. But I like it, I'm something that I'm used to. In the beginning, I was like a little bit, I could feel colder, but right now I'm kind of used to the weather.
What is your favorite season?
Summer.
Why?
Just because the days are longer and there is a lot of sun, and it reminds me of my country. We have lots of sunny days back there, and that's always connected with the good memories that I had there. And also, in the summertime there is more chance to do all sorts of activities, outdoor activities, and I like to walk, and I like to go to the beach, and I like swimming and all that kind that is related to the good weather and the warm weather.
How does Albania compare with Canada?
Well, I don't know how to put it, but I think right now they're both democratic countries. You see multipluralism, you see elections, which before didn't happen, at least in Albania, because we used to be a communist country. But right now it's just it's the same, kind of the same. I think Albania is a beautiful country, as well as Canada. Is something that they have in common, like related to the all the to the weather and to the places that you can go and visit. There are lots of places that you can go and visit in Albania that are nice, and also here in Canada is the same. So it's, this is pretty much it, I would say.
What are your hopes and plans for the future?
Well, in what aspect? Is it related to work or my life, or
any part of it that you like to think of?
Well, right now I work, as I said, in administration and also work in counseling, but those are part-time jobs. So what I want to do is I see myself in a more stable job, and I want to upgrade myself, continue upgrading myself for that, and do something that I really love, that is counseling, and help other people that come to Canada, just because I was a newcomer myself, and I would also want for other newcomers to be here and experience what I've experienced, and I want to offer them my help regarding this. Also, I would like to have a house someday here in Canada, and maybe in the future my family would join me for vacations and other activities, fun activities.
Is there something you know how to do that other people might not know? Could you tell me about it and explain how you do it?
Well, this is something that has to do with my work. Because I'm in the counseling field, one of the things that I think I do better is communicate with people, and I bring the good out of people. And it is because whenever I talk to them, I am sincere, and I try to be as honest as I can. And while you're honest, other people respond the same way. And when I talk to them, I see that they want to be there and explain more, and that way it helps me in my job of kind of helping them to find what they want. And this is something that not everybody knows, but some of my colleagues that I work with know, but that's why I'm mentioning it right now.
Is there something that you know how to do that other people might not know? Could you tell me about it and explain how you do it?
Well, this has to do with me coming to Canada and finding my way to the Canadian society. And I know that many people can do it, but some of the newcomers might not know how to do it. And because I'm in this field and in the field of helping people to find employment, I would like to explain to some of them the way I found a job in Canada, my challenges. Because when I came to Canada, I didn't come directly from Albania, I came from the United States. I thought, okay, it's going to be very easy for me to find a job, just because I've been in North America. I know how, and I know pretty much everything about the work culture in North America, so it's going to be easy to find a job in Canada. But when I came here, I found it to be very difficult, just because I was not finding the right way of finding that piece of information that I really needed. And I was sitting home and applying for jobs, unsuccessful. And then some of my acquaintances and my cousin told me, oh, something that's very important here in Canada is to volunteer. And I'm like thinking, okay, well, what is it going to do for me? And I was relating the volunteering experience with a volunteering experience back in my country in Albania during communism, where we used to go and pick up apples that had nothing to do with what we were working or doing. So I said, how is it going to help volunteering help me find a job? And then I said, why don't I give it a try? And I'm sitting home, I'm sending resume, nothing is coming out of it. Why don't I go to one of these agencies that have to do with employment and, something that's related to my field, teaching English or... And then I did go to the YMCA center and, offered my services. And I applied for a volunteering position. I got the position. I worked there for a few months. And then while I was thinking, okay, that's it, I'm not going to find anything there, I was offered a job, a part-time job, which in the beginning helped me to create that Canadian experience. And from them, I found another job, which was in administration and so on. So this is something that I kind of know now, and I know how to help others with this piece of information that I have.
I'd like you to talk about the ways that you think our world will improve or evolve over the next 100 years. Please provide details and support for your ideas.
Well, one aspect that I think that the world should be a better place is if we, the society, we as human beings work more towards improving the environment. And how we can do that is that if we work together in finding ways of how to avoid some of the things that, like the things that have been dangerous so far. Like, for example, if so far the cars run with oil, maybe in the future the cars can run with electricity or hydrogen, so that say that's a way. It's a better way of not intoxicating the environment, or for example, planting trees, so that the pollution, that they, planting more trees instead of cutting them, or building houses that work with solar system instead of with radiation. These are some of the ways that could improve the environment. And if we all together as humans work towards these ideas that are, I think, are the basic ones, maybe in the future some other ideas will come up, and that will make our planet a cleaner and a safer place.
Your ideas are interesting. I wonder what the future will be like. If you could live to be 150 years old, would you want to do it? And why?
Well, for me, I wouldn't want to live 150 years. I would want to live a fulfilling life. I mean, and by fulfilling, I mean, I would want to have a happy life. And if that life is happy and fulfilling, it doesn't matter if I live a shorter life, And by that I mean, like, if I have, when I say fulfilling and happy, that includes my family in it. Family for me is very important. My friends as well, and my relationship with them. And if that's like happy and fulfilling, that's all that matters for me.
I really enjoyed talking with you today. Thank you.
You're welcome.